Hey everybody, Jim here with Retired to Resell. So I'm sure you've heard by now, but Poshmark has changed their seller fees. So let me know, what do you think? Is it going to help sales or hurt sales? Now I have my opinions, and we're going to go in and take a look at one sales day last week and see how I did. And then we're going to take a look at the numbers for the entire week last week and look at some of the best-selling items. So let's get in there and take a look at it. So Poshmark has changed their seller fees. So I'm sure everybody has probably read about it, heard about it, seen videos. There's a lot of videos out there. This is not going to be a long video about the seller fees, but I did want to bring it up on Poshmark's website in case you haven't seen it, just to show you the changes, and then we can talk about it real quick. Right here on Poshmark's website, it says, what is Poshmark's seller fee? So before it was just a flat 20% fee, really easy to figure out. It was pretty high, but easy to figure out. So now they are changing it based on the price of the order. So they're going to do a 5.99% price on every order. And then if it's under 15, they're going to add $1. 15 to $50, they're going to add $2. And over 50, they're going to add $3. So the seller fees are going down a little bit, but let's take a look at the buyer fees. They're calling it a buyer protection fee. So they're doing the same thing for buyers now. They're adding on a 5.99% fee, and any order that they make under 15 is $1, 15 to 50 is $2, and over 50 is $3. So that is raising the buyer seller fees. It's going to make everything a little bit more expensive for buyers on Poshmark. So curious what you think. Do you think it's going to help or hurt sales for Poshmark, or even hurt or help sales for eBay? Now, Mercari did the same thing. They changed their fees, and they took all seller fees away and put them on buyers. So more expensive for buyers. And what did that do to Mercari? Well, for me, my Mercari sales have just tanked. I'm just not getting very many Mercari sales at all. Mercari wasn't really busy to begin with. I didn't get a lot of sales. I just cross-listed everything on there. But yeah, sales did drop when Mercari changed their fees. So is it going to do the same thing with Poshmark? Well, let's go in there and take a look at my eBay performance chart here. So October 3rd is when the Poshmark fee change went live. And if you can see here, a few days before Poshmark, my daily sales were 280, 250, 260. But October 3rd, I had the best sales day I've ever had on eBay and across all platforms. Just on eBay, I did $539 in sales. I had a total of $650 in sales, right at $650. I did have a few sales on Poshmark and Mercari. But yeah, as soon as that new fee went live, my sales skyrocketed on eBay. So I don't know if that's going to be a trend or not, but it's looking really good for eBay. Poshmark and Mercari, it's just kind of a secondary thing for me. It's nice to get those sales, but it is not paying the bills for sure. eBay is by far the king. And just by looking at the last few days on eBay, after the Poshmark fees, my eBay sales have really skyrocketed. So again, I don't know if that's going to be the case, going forward, but it sure has made a difference. All right, so let's take a look at my numbers for last week, and then we'll get in there and take a look at some of the product. But yeah, I had that one really great day, the best day I've ever had. I sold a total of 17 items that day, so it was just a lot of fun seeing all those orders come in. All right, so on eBay for the last week, I sold a total of 49 items. Gross sales was 1,903. Poshmark, 19 items. 426, and again, Mercari just barely coming in there with anything. 3 items, $41. Amazon, 2 items for $75. So that was a total of 73 items, and my gross sales 2,445. And so my average sales per day was right at 10.43 items every single day. Average sales price $33.49. Average days to sell was 70. And average cost of goods, $6.22. It's up just a little bit, but I sold a few items where I paid up at Plato's Closet, and we're going to take a look at some of those right now. All right, so here we go with some of the best items that sold the past week. And I sold a lot of really great shirts and tops. So I'm going to show quite a few of those instead of going through all the categories. We'll still look at all the different categories, but I've got about 4 or 5 shirts and tops that I wanted to show you just because they were just, unique items, different items, and just really great sales. I had a hard time picking which ones I wanted to show. So this first one right here was an FC Bayern Munich soccer jersey, and I found this one at Goodwill for $6. And yeah, just a really great soccer jersey. Anytime you find soccer jerseys like this, I would look those up. They usually sell really well, really fast, good prices, especially if they're name brand like Nike or Adidas. But yeah, this one right here, great item. And again, picked it up for $6, and it sold for $98.95. So that was yeah, that was definitely my #1 sale of the week, but I still had some other really good top sales as well. And this was kind of a tie for it right here. And the next one was this Polo Ralph Lauren corduroy shirt, and it had the polo bear on it. And you've heard me talk about the polo bear. Usually you get a premium for those. This was kind of a small embroidery, but still, it was a corduroy shirt, Polo Ralph Lauren, and the polo bear, really cool looking guy, race car driver, put that in the keywords. And let's see, how much did I sell this one for? $98.95, and I bought it for $6 at Goodwill. So yeah, keep an eye out for those polo bears. Yeah, you can get some good money. All right, the next top we're going to take a look at is this vintage Patagonia, and it was a Sherpa fleece vest. Really good condition. I bought this one at Plato's Closet, and so this is one that I spent a little bit more on. I spent $19 to buy this one, but I knew being a vintage Patagonia and the Sherpa fleece, it was going to have some really good prices. Yeah, there's the inside tag right there, Made in USA, and Patagonia logo on the outside. Somewhere in here was the style tag. There we go. So there's the style tag. You can look up that style number right there, and it'll tell you the name of it. This was called the Retro X Deep Pile Sherpa Fleece. Yeah, Patagonia's been doing really good, especially the outerwear like this. I've sold 3 or 4 the better sweaters. Those go really, really fast, but the prices have dropped quite a bit. I think last winter I was selling them for $65, $70, and now they're going for about $38 to $40. So the prices have dropped quite a bit, but they still sell really fast. But yeah, this Sherpa fleece, $84.95. All right, another really cool top, and this was, the brand is Lansky Brothers. I don't know if you've heard of Lansky Brothers. It is actually a clothing company here in Memphis, Tennessee, where I live. And it's downtown on Beale Street, and they have a lot of really, really cool items. I sold another Lansky Brothers shirt about 2 weeks ago, and I sold it for $60 as well. This one was really cool, and it was really good timing. I know this is not really Halloween, but kind of the Sugar Skull Day of the Dead type of thing. But it was really good for Halloween timing, and just an awesome shirt. I really like this one. And there's the Lansky Brothers embroidered tag on the inside, and it says "Clothier to the King." So yeah, Elvis Presley in Memphis, Tennessee. So yeah, this one sold for $60, and I bought it at Goodwill for $9. So they actually had this one priced up just a little bit. All right, one more top, just because this was a cool one as well. Another Polo Ralph Lauren, and it was a really cool hoodie, and it had this really huge embroidery, the 3-pony embroidery. Yeah, when I saw this one, I immediately knew it was going to be a good one. I picked it up, and I picked this one up at Plato's Closet for $15, and it sold for $55. And the funny thing about this is that the next week, I went to that same Plato's Closet, and they had the exact same hoodie. It was in a size large. This one was extra large, so I picked that one up as well. Have that one listed. It hasn't sold yet, but I expect it to sell, again, pretty quickly for right around the same $55 to $60. All right, let's move on to some men's shorts. This was the best pair of shorts that sold. Again, shorts are kind of out of season now. I'm still selling a few here and there, but this one was for the FLYP hybrid short. And FLYP, really great brand, especially for pants. I've sold quite a few of those. They sell really fast. The sell-through rate is great for FLYP. So if you ever come across FLYP, I would definitely look it up, and usually they're going to be great. There is the tag and the logo. There's the logo in the back pocket. But yeah, FLYP men's shorts. Bought these Goodwill for $6, and they sold on eBay for $29.95. All right, next up, we'll move on to some pants. So again, Polo Ralph Lauren. If you haven't noticed, I sell a lot of Polo Ralph Lauren. I know it seems oversaturated, but if you find the right items, unique Polo Ralph Lauren items, they're gonna sell, especially the vintage Polo Ralph Lauren. This was a cargo pants, kind of a paratrooper military style. And yeah, really cool pair of pants. Had the, let's see on the bottom here. Had some snaps or buttons on the bottom to kind of roll these up if you needed to. There is the back pocket, the Polo 67 Chino cargo pants. Let's see, I bought these at a local thrift shop for $5 and they sold on eBay for $70. All right, best pair of men's jeans, a pair of vintage Levi's 501 button fly jeans. Now, I don't pick up a lot of 501 jeans if they are vintage. If they are black, black denim jeans actually sell a little bit better than the blue ones for me. But yeah, these were size 31, 34, and they were made in USA, so that had it going for it too. Let's see if we can find the tag. It's really hard to see in the picture, but I kind of zoomed in on it and could barely make it out that it was made in the USA. See if we can see it. I can't really see it from that picture. But yeah, vintage, there's the button fly. Vintage Levi 501 black denim. Bought these for $7 at Goodwill and they sold for $54.95. All right, let's move on to some shoes. So I did not sell any men's shoes, but I did sell this pair of youth women's shoes. I put women's size and youth size, just to see if I could get a few more people looking at this item. But yeah, Nike Shox I thought they were a lot better than they were. This one just took a really, really long time to sell. I think I actually had it priced too high. I originally had it priced at like $80 or $85. It was going by the comps, but I think because it was a youth size that I had to lower it a little bit. But still, Nike Shox, I bought these at a local thrift for $15. And they finally sold on eBay for $69.95. Let's see, how long did it take to sell? If I can find it real quick. 223 days to sell these. So yeah, it took quite a while. But yeah, Nike Shox, I would look those up. Again, part numbers for Nike, super easy. Right there on the tongue, you can look up that part number, 616542. And that -164, again, is the colorway. But yeah, still sold for $70, so happy with that sale. All right, blazers. Yeah, these have been fairly slow over the past few months, but hopefully with winter weather coming up, these wool blazers are going to start picking up again. But I did sell this Ralph Lauren wool blazer, kind of a really nice houndstooth pattern to it. Yeah, I always turn my jackets inside out just so people can see the inner liners and make sure there's no, tears or anything like that. So let's see, there's the tag, Ralph Lauren. So I bought this one at a Goodwill for $11 and it sold for $40 on eBay. All right, women's clothing. I didn't sell a whole lot of women's clothing this week. One pair of pants. Again, this pair of pants was on the men's rack, so that's why I have it. But yeah, it was a Judy Blue. I didn't even look these up when I found these. I've just heard of Judy Blue. I know Judy Blue is a pretty good brand to be picking up depending on the style. But they were new with tags, so I didn't even bother looking them up. I just grabbed them. And, I thought they'd go for a lot more being new with tags. But, I did the comps, looked them up, looked up this style. They were called the high-waist tummy control jeans. Size 16, but again, new with tags. And they only sold for $33 on Poshmark. It's not terrible, but new with tags, I thought they'd go for at least $50. But I did spend $7 at Goodwill to buy these. All right, the best accessory for the week, and this was a really cool find. I actually found this at an estate sale, and this guy worked for Federal Express back when it was called Federal Express, and he had just a lot of memorabilia of FedEx, Federal Express items. I picked up about 3 or 4 really old vintage Federal Express hats. This was, I think, the 3rd or 4th one that I've sold. The other ones have already sold. I picked all the hats up for $5 a piece. Again, all of them have sold. This was, I think, maybe the last one in my little bin here of FedEx hats. But yeah, this one sold for $21.95 on eBay. All right, best electronic for the week, and that was for this Panasonic VHS recorder VCR player. Again, you've heard me talk about these. You've heard a lot of people talk about these. This one was just in excellent condition. It was probably the cleanest one I've ever picked up at a Goodwill. It was only $5 at Goodwill, and it sold for $60, but it sold probably within 30 minutes of me listing it. I probably should have priced it a little bit higher. But I mentioned it in my last video that we were going to look at this one, and someone had mentioned that, hey, the reason why those sell so fast, someone on Amazon has a setting, to find these, and they buy them immediately and then sell them on Amazon. They probably refurbish them and sell them on Amazon for $200 or $300. So, and that's fine. This one worked fine. I tested it; everything was working. But actually after that, I looked on Amazon to see if I was ungated in Panasonic. I'm not, so I couldn't have sold this one anyway on Amazon. But the prices on Amazon for used Panasonic, just like this one, is about $250. So that person got a really good deal and has probably turned around and already sold it on Amazon. So yeah, keep your eye out for VCR players. Most of the high-end brands like Sony, Panasonic are going to sell extremely fast for you. This one also had the remote, so that was a good thing as well. All right, speaking of Amazon, one item that I sold on Amazon this week was for this Power Rangers Super Samurai The Complete Season DVD. So it's saying currently unavailable. That's because the one that I had was the only one listed and it sold. Nobody else has found another one. So I only bought this one for $3 at Goodwill. And when I scanned it into Amazon just to kind of get some comps, I was really surprised to see how high these were selling for, how much they were selling for. They were selling anywhere from $40 to $65 on past sales. But when I looked up, there were currently none listed. There was just none listed, so I could set my own price. So Amazon does have a pricing feature, so they protect the buyer. You can't gouge the buyers and price it too high. So, I started it, I think I tried to list it at $69 and said, no, you can't list it for that. So I just slowly worked it way down until I could finally list it. But I listed it for $54.95 and it sold in about 3 days on Amazon. But yeah, keep your eye out for Power Rangers DVDs. I'm not sure if all of them are going to go for that kind of price, but this one right here, the Super Samurai Complete Season, just a great find at Goodwill. All right, so that's it for this week's review. Hopefully you found some really cool products or brands in there that you haven't seen before, and you're going to be able to get out there and find those things. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about those Poshmark fees, if you've seen an increase in sales either in Poshmark or on eBay. I'm just curious what everybody else is seeing. Again, my sales on eBay has really picked up since Poshmark changed their fees. I don't know if it's going to stay that way. I kind of hope it does. There's just so much more traffic on eBay. I'd really like to get to where I'm just selling only on eBay and stop cross-listing, but that's probably a ways away for me. But anyway, appreciate everybody stopping by. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and we will see you next time. Thanks.